There's something about September in the Florida Keys that's quietly becoming our favorite time of year. The ocean is like glass, calm and still, stretching out for miles in perfect clarity. The town itself seems to breathe a little slower. Fewer people, more quiet moments. It feels like we have the place to ourselves. The water? It's warm, inviting, perfect for diving beneath the surface or just floating along, watching the world go by. And as the days go by, the wildlife starts to return. There's a nearby shark nursery, and you can get to see baby sharks moving gracefully through the shallows. The birds are beginning to arrive for the winter too, so we get to wake up to the sound of their songs, joining the rhythms of the sea. Even the marine life feels more abundant, like the whole ecosystem is stirring awake. And after the storms roll through, there's this coolness in the air, a subtle shift that reminds us the change is coming. But for now, we get to savor these days. This is why September feels special here. It's a time that lets a person slow down and just be.
If you have the will and a moment to spare, it's a beautiful world out there. It's a beautiful world out there.
Today we got a rainbow runner, is that what he called it?
I guess.
Some sort of rainbow runner. It's a pretty fish. We've been given no instructions on this one today. The little ones are way easier to flay.
Go figure.
If you're new to the channel, we have a friend that brings us different species of fresh fish to try from time to time. Today is a rainbow runner. We've gotten to try so many different species that we normally wouldn't get to if we went to the store. It's kind of like we have a whole ocean out our back door to choose from.
Beautiful.
Good job, baby.
A little bit though. Less mangled. There's a couple.
Jacqueline's gonna be the fish expert after too long. Send you down with the sharks.
It's a little harder than what I did before. You can rip the skin off.
Send me down with the sharks. I don't know those tigers, man. They'll eat me one bite.
I know.
He rode one though.
That man risked his life for this fish. Every time.
This makes into a video. I'll throw in a clip where Steele is riding a tiger shark to his boat.
And that was this trip, wasn't it?
It was this trip. It was on his way back in.
Yeah.
Said that they found a sperm whale carcass and there was like 7 tiger sharks eating it, and he went to go get some footage of it, and they started coming at him. And so, you know, he's pushing them away, and then this one came up to him and he just got on his back and rode it back to the boat. Guess if you're comfortable in the ocean, that's just everyday life out in the water.
He wants me to go out spearfishing with him.
You said you wanted to go.
I kind of do, but I don't want to get eaten by a shark.
Maybe he'll take you to a place with less sharks. I mean, don't go swimming up to a whale carcass.
I mean, if the ocean's wet, I'm pretty sure there's a shark.
Well, yeah, there's probably a shark within 100 feet of you at all times, but I thought I was going to have this one. It was so pretty up until there.
I distracted you, sorry.
I don't even think that was it. Okay, there's our beautiful dinner. A little
Thank you, Jacqueline. Thank you, Steele. Love this. All you gotta do is eat and get fat.
Can you get fat on fish?
Probably not.
I mean, if you bread it and fry it every time, yeah. But sometimes I don't fry it. I fry it like every other time. We usually do tacos or stir fry or something. Alright, you want this or lionfish for dinner? Probably this one because it's fresh and we haven't tried it yet.
Sure.
But lionfish is fresh too.
Trixie, you're gonna eat so good.
This is done. Waiting. This fits.
It's just falling apart. A little bit more, I think.
With Nick newly scuba certified and Lukey Dive Resort offering us free diving for a full year, we couldn't pass up a great way to cool down on a hot day. So we're back out at the reef for another day of underwater exploring. Beneath the surface, a different world unfolds. Quiet, yet alive with wonder. The reef stretches out like a tapestry. Each coral, every fish, a part of nature's intricate design. It's a place where the passage of time feels different, unhurried. Down here, time seems to slow down, and the worries of the world drift away, carried by the gentle current. As we move in harmony with the water, each kick of our fins like a subtle dance with the ocean. As we glide along the reef, we become explorers of a world few truly ever understand. Each breath we take is not just air, but a reminder of how fragile and precious life is. Yet here, life thrives in its own rhythm, resilient and determined, despite the odds. The reef itself tells a story, one written over centuries. It's a story of survival, of growth, of persistence. The corals, with their delicate shapes and vibrant colors, are like living sculptures, some fragile, some strong. Together, they form a vast underwater garden where life finds sanctuary. The fish dart in and out of crevices, their scales shimmering like jewels, painting the waters with bursts of color. Each one is a part of a delicate balance, every moment purposeful. In the presence of this beauty, we are reminded that everything in nature is connected, from the smallest creature hiding within the coral to the largest predators patrolling the outer edges of the reef. This is a world where every life, no matter how small, plays a role in the harmony of the ecosystem. As we continue to drift through the reef, we might encounter a school of fish, moving together as if part of a single entity. There's something mesmerizing about the way they move, effortlessly, shifting directions in unison, guided by instincts that we can only begin to understand. In this world, communication happens without words. It's a dance of movement, of presence, of awareness, a connection that transcends language. And then, just ahead, we spot the graceful silhouette of a reef shark. It moves with calm purpose, a reminder that even the apex predators of this ecosystem play their part in maintaining balance. Down here, there is no fear, only respect. In this underwater world, everything has its place, and each being coexists in a delicate dance of survival. As we continue our journey, in front of us, a large sea fan, swaying gently with the rhythm of the tide. It's as though the ocean itself is breathing, and the reef is responding. The ocean hums with life, a steady pulse that reminds us we are not separate from this world, but a part of it. The deeper we dive, the more connected we feel, not just to each other, but to everything around us. Here in the depths, there's a profound stillness, a silence that allows us to truly listen, not just with our ears, but with our hearts. It's a place where the mind quiets and we become acutely aware of the beauty and simplicity of the life beneath the waves. As we explore deeper, we're reminded that the ocean is not just a place to visit. It's a living, breathing world with its own rhythm and purpose. It teaches patience, it demands respect, and in exchange, it offers a glimpse into a world of extraordinary beauty. Upon the surface, the world may be loud, chaotic, always moving. But down here, in the quiet embrace of the ocean, we find peace and perspective. Finally, as we begin to ascend, I take one last look at the reef below. It's a world that continues without me, existing in its own time, its own space. And yet, for a brief moment, we were a part of it. We'll carry with us the profound understanding that the world below is just as vital, just as beautiful, and just as alive as the world above. The ocean has a way of reminding us how small we are in the grand scheme of things, and yet how connected we all are to each other, to nature, and to the world around us. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and join us next Tuesday on another adventure.